it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today to share some fall projects that I have on my sewing table right now. This is kind of going to be my September works in progress post, since they're all fall projects right now. I really like to sew in the season, and as soon as I finished up sewing with Raspberry Summer, I started working on some fun things that I've been wanting to do with fall collections. I'm actually using our Bountiful Blooms collection from a couple of years ago for all of the projects that I'm going to share with you today. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you what I'm working on. First, I'm going to talk about this pillow that I just finished, and I actually have a free PDF for you to make the pillow front. It's an 18-inch by 18-inch finished pillow, and I used, as I mentioned, our Bountiful Blooms collection and just went kind of scrappy, and there's an inner border and outer border. I did go ahead and do my pillow back that I love with the zipper. We have a video for this, and I also now have a PDF download. We will be sure to link that where you can find that for the instructions on putting the zipper in the pillow back, or for making a flap easier style with no zipper for the back of your pillow. But anyway, this is a free PDF. It was actually inspired by a little mini project I did a few years ago, and it was called the Mini Flying Geese. And it's also a free little PDF, but I made a Christmas version, and then later I made a fall version of that one. And as I was trying to plan on some projects for fall this year, I realized that making a large size of that would be super fun. So anyway, I have this for you, and I'll also, if you love making pillows, I'll also link a recent blog post that I did that has all of the free pillow PDFs all on one page, where you can go and download all of those PDFs, and then it also has the downloads for the pillow finishing PDFs. So, and this was something I've been wanting to work on. Super glad I have that ready to go. Okay, next, I have been wanting to have some fall placemats, and specifically from this collection I have several table runners that I've made over the past couple of years with Bountiful Blooms, and I wanted to have a couple placemats. So I've got a little PDF pattern for this available in my Etsy shop. It's just one of my mini patterns, PDF only, not available printed, so it is available for a really low cost also. And again, I did Bountiful Blooms for this, and I did the gray for the backs. I actually did use the binding fabric is actually from Raspberry Summer. It's also in Strawberry Lemonade, and it just works really well with this collection. If you do get the pattern, you'll also see that there's an option to put a leaf block here. So you can do either the pumpkin or the leaf on the placemats. So super excited to have these done. They're going on the table today. Okay, next fall project. This is kind of a story. You might remember last winter, I think it was, my daughter did a sew along with her All-American pattern, and I decided that I was going to sew along with our Bountiful Blooms collection. And I made all of the patchwork blocks. I'm just going to show you these. They've been sitting on the shelf for a while. I got all of the patchwork blocks done, and then there were the strip blocks. I got them all done. I think she even shared my blocks when she was doing her sew along in some of her videos, and I know I shared it on a works in progress post. So I got those done, and then there were the star blocks, and I believe I got them all done. I'm not exactly sure if I got the full amount, but I think I did. And then the last block for that sew along was the one that caused me to stop working on the project. And I love Ohio stars, I really do, but This quilt called for, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I was supposed to make 7 of these blocks. And as I was working on it, my friend Val actually did this pattern, and she made extra blocks and put bigger borders on it and made it into a king size quilt. And so I thought, oh, that's what I need to do. I need to make a king size quilt. And so that meant that I was going to have to make like 12 of these Ohio star blocks. And I think that just was a little bit overwhelming. We were starting to sew with our Laguna Sunrise fabrics, and I just put it away. So anyway, fast forward to a couple of weeks ago when I started pulling out all of my fall projects, and it dawned on me that I could use these blocks in the same setting that I did for my Blockheads 5 quilt. So we're going to pop up a picture of that. It's not been that long since I finished it, but I took all of those scrappy Blockheads 5 blocks and I put them all together in a king size quilt, and I am loving it. So anyway, when I pulled this out, I realized I could do the same thing. So I actually, for that setting, for a king size block, you need 28 of the large blocks, and I wasn't going to make any more of these, so I made 4 new churn dash blocks because I really wanted to incorporate churn dash blocks into this quilt. So, and I did different centers from the low volume prints. So I got those done. So now I have the exact amount of 12-inch blocks to use the Moda Blockheads 5 setting. But what I needed was that setting requires 56 6-inch blocks. So what I decided, and they're set together in pairs. If you noticed on the picture, the small blocks are set together in pairs. So I decided, okay, 28 of them are going to be churn dash. And so I've got those 28 churn dash all put together. I'm really excited about this. And the other 28 are going to be stars. And I'm thinking about reversing. So in other words, having the dark as the background and then light stars. I'm going to make a couple test blocks this week. That's all I have left to put this together are the 28 star blocks. But I went ahead and did the small churn dash, just like the bigger churn dash. And I just used triangle paper for all of the half square triangles. And I strip pieced these sections. And really super excited about how this all turned out. And again, I'm going to use the exact same setting that I did for my Moda Blockheads 5. And now I'll finally have a fall quilt in king size I'll have all the seasons now. This is the last season I needed to make to be able to change out every season. So you'll have to stay tuned. I will get those star blocks made. I'll probably post pictures of them here and there as they're in progress, but when I get them finished, I'm just gonna put this together, and I've already told my quilter that another king size quilt is coming, and super excited to be able to have this. It's actually not very cool here at all yet, so I'm pretty sure I will have this done before the temperature starts to change. And those are the fall projects that I've been working on. I have just really been doing all things fall in the sewing room right now. Bountiful Blooms is everywhere in here. Okay, so that's it for the fall projects I'm currently working on. We will have everything linked in the description below. As I mentioned, there's a free PDF for the pillow front pattern that I used, and also for the mini version that I mentioned and that we shared the photo of. And the setting option is also free. We can also put a link to that for the setting that I'm using for these fall blocks. And we'll also put a link to the placemat pattern. So if you enjoyed today's video, please share it with a friend, hit the like button, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for stopping by.